Buenas, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Yo 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 yo. Buenas, buenas, buenas noches, damas y caballeros, ¿cómo estás? Otra edición de este stream de Leon y todos los trades here in the Lion's Den. Welcome back to the Lion's Den, everybody. As your host, Lion of All Trades. Welcome, Eric. Welcome, Matt. Yo 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 yo. Yeah, if you guys noticed what happened to GME after earnings, let me go ahead and show you exactly what the hell happened during after hours. Shall we? Shall we take a look? And before we take a look and go into the stream, just know that everything and anything said in this stream is strictly in my opinion, okay? And none of this is financial advice. Just remember that this is only for educational, research, and entertainment purposes, okay? And brought to you by Galavisión Stream, the only network that streams Lions Den en español. So, with that being said, we'll get right into the stream right now and take a look at GME on the daily prior to what happened after hours, when the company or the corporation itself offered $1.75 billion in convertible senior notes maturing in June of 2032. The stock, and look at this line here. I've had this line for a while. These are retests levels, certain levels here. What do we have here? 26, 28. It's not as accurate. All right, it's just guessing. You know, based on the past of what we see here on the daily chart in terms of support and resistances from the past, like this resistance here, this support here, and you could see here also back in 2023 had to retest these levels here once upon a time. Even in 2022, once again here retesting these levels, and then once again here around May 2022. Look at that! You could see the many cycles here and the many retests that GameStop has reached here around these levels, and of course below that too as well, which is somewhere around 1950. Man, Eric, thank you for the 5, man, and I appreciate you, and that means a lot. And I just do what I can to provide the best info possible, and what we can see based on my my hypothetical TA. But yeah, just forwarding fast forwarding to what it's looking like now. All right, the after effects of what took place after hours. GameStop took a big dump, more than 10%, minus 10% to the downside. And look at that. That's the 24-hour, and this is the daily right here. And it actually went through this level here, past 26, 28, and ended up closing $25.33 in the after hours. Right now, on the overnight trading session, if you take a look at what GME is doing now, GME actually came down just a little bit lower to as low as 24.83 at some point around. Let me see. How can I get this right? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was at 6:45 p.m. Eastern Time, where it reached a low of 24.83, and right now it's currently at 25.18. negative 11.80%. So we definitely did not expect that after the fact that GME did have earnings yesterday after hours, and the stock took a small tumble here to 28.26 and then somehow recovered and consolidated throughout the whole day today, almost reaching $30 again, retesting and then dropping back down, and unfortunately facing this huge plunge in the after hours today due to the offering of convertible notes maturing June of 2036 worth $1.7 billion. So we don't know how much more GME is going to endure, and if it will in fact come down, and you know what I'm saying, who knows if it actually starts to retest these next levels of support, 24, below $24 a share. I mean, what can you possibly do, with a stock that's, coming down from such news 2 days in a row, once in earnings and second with these convertible senior notes. One can truly believe that, that this is what's going to happen. And let me switch this chart here. I need to switch to another chart. I like to switch. I don't know why, I just feel like switching to another chart. How's it going, Gary? Good evening to you too as well. Again, Eric, thank you for the 5, and thank you for always supporting me and the stream, the channel. Thank you for being part of the fam, and you already know you're the real one. Much love to you, and let's see what we can make out of all of this, and take advantage of what could be a big opportunity for a lot of investors to get into the dip. So if you were to guess how much more this could drop, one bearish scenario would say that this would have a lot more downside to go and to try to retest somewhere above 23. I don't know if you guys could see that. Let me look at the 24-hour chart right here. And you can see here, like it's like it once broke out of this long pennant, or you want to talk, is this considered as a bull flag maybe on the 24-hour chart? But somehow it ended up breaking back into the triangle, and who knows if perhaps 23 is in fact the next level of support. So we're just going to put that here, and if it retests that level and bounces inside the triangle, and probably will resume trading within that triangle, and then from there see if it actually takes a bounce. On top of that, you have earnings, the next earnings on September 3rd of 2025, which falls on a Wednesday. And between that time, between now and the next earnings, just know that whatever information took place in the 8K, that didn't take place in the 8K for this quarter, just know that all the Bitcoin that was bought previously in the month of May will be shown in the next filing and in the next 8K in the earnings report, in my opinion. I think that's what will occur. Father's Day sale, yes. And I totally forgot it was Father's Day this Sunday, so shout out to all the poppies out there, all the fathers, including all of you guys, all you dads. I'm not a dad myself yet, but you know what? One of these days, after the MOAS, right? You can, you know, me and my lady can have a baby. But and I could become a daddy for real. Let's see. Last year the offering was completed 7 days in the stock, and the stock went up $10. Yeah. So between compared to that moment and now, and remember that offering, um, nobody knew that Ryan Cohen and the company was going to uh, start investing into Bitcoin. So now that everyone is pretty much well aware of that situation, and knowing the fact that they had bought some over 4,700 Bitcoin. Was that how much they bought? I tend to forget, but sugar daddies count. That's true, unless they have a lot of children all around from different baby moms. So they count too. Wow, Gary with the prediction here. By Monday, we should be back at least $30. Now, given that um, this Friday's expiration date for GME, the max pain is set to be at 29.50. Oh wait, this is AMC. My bad. Sorry. Oh, thank you, Matt. See, I was pretty much. I did 4,710. 471. Thank you, Gary. 1.5 billion. Yes. And the max pain for this week's options expiration. The max pain will be at 29.50. And surprisingly, for the next Friday expiration date, June 20th, which is a big day because that is considered quadruple witching day. And yeah, $26 for GME. And what's crazy is that what's beyond wild is that now GME has fallen below the next max pain for next week's expiration date. And right now GME is trading at $25.18. And we don't know if this is actually going to continue or actually somehow manage to regain strength and recover and start moving, moving back to the upside. Who knows? Maybe, perhaps, before this week is over, GME can retest 26 and break over that, and so forth. So, given that we see this after effect, just know that there could be a potential for this to be the floor, and for that recovery to start coming in, and a lot of investors start buying the dip. And heck, not financial advice, but there could be a lot of volume coming into options for calls, especially expiring this Friday, and perhaps piling into the $26 strike calls. So watch this number explode tomorrow when market opens, and and what sucks is that the rest of these calls that were in the money, it's going to be out of the money, so it's going to be a lot of pressure. Right now, look, it's coming down a little bit, 25.10. Dude, max pain for what? For the 20? Oh, damn. Yeah, I just spotted that. So the expiration date, January 15, 2027 options chain, that max pain is at $15 a share. So could it be that probably something will happen in between? Who knows? But don't forget the meeting tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central Time. Which meeting is this, Gary? If you would like to fill in for us that information, because there's things that I'm just starting to figure out right now. Oh, it's a shareholder meeting. Okay. All right. I thought it would usually be when earnings. You know what's crazy? They haven't had an earnings call for about three. Was it three earnings straight? 3 quarters straight. I meant to say 3 quarters. They haven't had a shareholder a call or earnings call in a shareholder meeting. It's been a minute. Let's look at the borrow fee. See how that's doing. It looks like they had loaded tremendously here during the morning hours, and the cost to borrow was at 0.30%. Posted at 9:18 a.m. Eastern Time with 4,200,000 short shares, and compared to just about an hour ago, the cost to borrow actually rose up to 0.39%, and now there's only 2,800,000 short shares available. All right, so Matt just posted the website for that annual shareholder meeting for GameStop. All right, so yeah, so FYI, thank you, Matt. GameStop's 2025 annual meeting of stockholders, dated tomorrow, June 12th, 10 a.m. Central Daylight. Ah, shit. Wait, hold on. 10 a.m. Central Daylight Time. So it's not 11. Dang, so it's not 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay, no. Okay, here it is. So it says, good morning, stockholders can begin logging into the meeting 15 to 20 minutes prior to the 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time start time. Okay, so 11 a.m. All right. So this could give us somehow an opportunity. If there's any news that if there's anything that they are planning to release during the meeting that could affect the stock performance of GME, either in a bullish way, which I'm pretty sure everyone wants to happen. So hoping for very good news for the shareholder meeting, and for for something to take effect. A big recovery, a big pump. Maybe who knows if this all of a sudden starts to explode back to where it was yesterday at $28 and retest the last max pain of 29.50. That would be insane, but of course that's just me, using my imagination and not financial advice. What up, Big JR and Kenneth? What's up with you, man? So, I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think could be the possibility for? I mean, anything can happen. We can't predict what could happen in the meeting, but this dip, man, this dip is. I'm not gonna lie. This dip is pretty juicy. Juicy as F. And we would have to see what happens with the options chain if, once it resets. And once that happens, once market opens, all the volume is just gonna go straight into these calls, like nonstop. It's gonna explode in open interest, and who knows how much pressure that's gonna cause in the gamma ramp. I'm gonna be watching closely for that. Just my random guess and not advice. In my own opinion, Matt says GME probably going on 2, if not 3 roller coasters tomorrow. Pre-market dump and recover, open dump and recover, and maybe another small pump before the meeting and possible dump after. That could be pretty interesting. Alright, let me see. Let me try something real quick. ChatGPT. Hey, is the tunes loud? Or should I lower it a little bit? Oh, there goes Zelly. With the max pain of 29.50. Thank you, Zelly. Wow. Did you summon her, Eric? How's it going, Big JR? Yeah, what are they gonna do with $8 billion now? Oh, okay, hold on. Yeah, that's the only thing, because the TV is a little bit Okay, hold on a second. Someone's gonna get in trouble. Augustine Vasquez. Yo, Big JR, what's with the news on G-Bucks? That dividend, what's going on with that dividend, man? Sheesh. Yeah, he's quiet in the cage. And Ham doesn't call at Williams' channel. Yeah, what's going on with Ham? Has things gotten a little bit sour over there at Williams' channel? convertible. Oh, they had a fallout. Yeah, it's like not for nothing, man. It gets so negative. I try to stay away from that channel. Well, I try to stay away from his channel, and yeah, I can't. Um, yeah, but he's just taking it too serious, man. I wish he could just be a little bit more light, like take things a lot more lightly, you know, and just to stop listening to all the damn shills and the trolls that go on his channel like almost on a daily basis. And I think they get a good they just love to get under his skin, and they love to see him mad. And to watch him get a titty attack on stream. Um, 1.75 in convertible notes. What the fuck? Oh, excuse my language. Let's see. Oh, there goes honey. Damn, this chat is moving a little fast. Let me catch up to y'all guys so I can talk to y'all. Probably doesn't like having to take the same questions over and over, but then he insists in reading each and every one of them. Well, I unless he's now, you know, now picking certain things to read. So what to do, my peeps? I wish he didn't randomly get. Yeah, that's the only thing that kind of sets me off a bit from watching his channel. He just randomly gets onto politics and world happenings and geopolitical tensions, and he kind of gets deep into certain subjects that he shouldn't even be talking about. You know, if that wasn't the case, and if he would actually be doing the same thing like other YouTubers is doing, and going out there and protesting and going, you know, to the SEC with the trucks, or New York in front of the New York Stock Exchange, you know, then then maybe he would you know, get more of a rapport and you know, a lot more attention, you know, to what, you know, what he's his purpose is on the channel. And just to, you know, be a little bit more realistic, and not, you know, always guess that certain tickers is going to short squeeze, and that a certain stock is gonna go up to 2,000 or 5,000 a share. You know, like, people have been going through that stuff. People have been going through that for years. And especially, you know, meme stocks. People are still going through a lot of stress and depression over that. So it's just just be more realistic in what you think the stock could do. Don't give no, magical number, and then everybody, just gets. It's just the it's just the psychology behind it, you know. And when he puts in all those emotions at the same time, it kind of makes it worse because like if something happens to his stock, one of his stocks, I don't know, for example, Nixie or what Logic, and something happens and he gets all emotional. I don't know, you guys. I wish I would have gotten out at $2 a share. Uh, Now I'm doing it all over again. I don't know what to do. And then everybody's mad at me because I said to buy Logic at 30 cents, and all of a sudden it's now at two fractions of a penny. And you know, he's got to do better than that. But but anyways, but yeah, y'all could talk your stuff. Y'all could talk your stuff. It's okay. We're pretty much open over here, so please express yourselves. You know. But I still, I feel for him, and with everything that's been going on with him, he has great information, of course, yeah. But he just needs to chill on certain things and just take it one step at a time. Anyways, I see Chloe Girl on the chat. Thank you once again, Augustine, for joining. Big JR, Eric, Matt, Zelly, Gary, Kenneth. Who else is here? My peeps. Say word. Let's see. He could do a video for each old topic and refer people back to the video. Stony Bones. Oh, that's Stony Bones. Yeah, I agree with you. William needs to build a hard skin on these arseholes that want to start. Sheesh. Every time I watch his streams, always Middle East guy. Okay, yeah. Worst part is how far behind the chat gets. Yeah, he just stays on one topic for that one person for like 20, 30 minutes, even an hour. There goes the like code. Thank you, Augustine. Appreciate it. Catching up with y'all. He almost needs a manager prompting him, pushing him along, like a radio station announcer. Yeah, he needs some cue cards too. Like, okay, next topic. Come on. Oh, let me pin this. Thank you, Zelly. Shape where my pipes. So let me get so I posted this, right? I posted this screenshot into ChatGPT. I'm moving on from this topic, by the way, for William. Sorry, William, but yeah. And given the two images, right? One showing the computer share virtual meeting service for the annual shareholder meeting, which again is scheduled for tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific. And the second showing the sharp after hours decline in the GME stock. All right. So ChatGPT is going to break this down into a tactical short-term and strategic long-term outlook, non-financial advice. So let's see what happens here. Kenneth. He's the king of Nova Scotia. Kai Supreme on the chat. Flames on the chat. Everybody flames on the chat. If you have the membership, spam roar in the chat for Mr. Kai Supreme. Shout out to Chloe Girl too on the chat. Fuego in the chat. What's the flames on the chat? Yo, let me know. Spam that flame on the chat. Let's go. Let's go. Oh yeah. It's good. It's always nice to see you here, Kai Supreme. Thank you. Matt's confession. He lost his butt on remark back when it popped. He fell asleep during pre-market and woke up after the market opened and tanked. God, insanity. So you got the current setup here, right? GME dropping almost negative 12% in after hours, following a proposed $1.75 billion in convertible note offering maturing in June 2036. Technically, the price crashed through the support zones 29 to 25.20 intraday with a temporary bottom at 24.83. The MACD and RSI on the 5-minute chart indicates a short-term oversold condition, potentially setting up for a relief bounce or dead cat into the meeting. Here's the key scenario drivers heading into the June 12th shareholder meeting. Again, this is only for educational, research, and entertainment purposes. It's not financial advice. Do your own research, and you're your own decision maker of your own investments and money, as long as you know what you're doing and you're managing your risk and you're making money. You heard? Say word, my peeps. Love and respect is so I got. You're say word. All right, so the investor sentiment on convertible notes, right? So the offering is not immediate dilution. All right, once again, the offering is not an immediate dilution since it's a convertible debt instrument, meaning no new shares are issued now. Okay, once again, no new shares are issued now. Conversion happens later, typically above a premium price which is yet unknown. So this bolsters cash reserves on top of the $6.4 billion already reported, bringing the total war chest closer to more than $8.1 billion pending terms. All right, so here it says, if Ryan Cohen clarifies it's for strategic acquisitions, right? Once again, if Ryan Cohen clarifies that it's for strategic acquisitions, gaming ecosystem expansion, or AI/retail hybrid initiatives, the stock could rebound on confidence. Number 2, shareholder meeting announcements. So watch for potential bullish catalysts. All right. Now, we do not want to see a stock split, but a special dividend or a buyback program could totally be a potential bullish catalyst for GameStop. Clarification of dilution timeline, which includes convertible terms and pricing floor. New product roadmap, potential NFT gamification relaunch or platform monetization, and leadership or board structure changes, bullish if Cohen tightens control. Here's the bullish case scenario. All right, let's see. Let me just hold for a second. Let me read the chat. Oh, damn. Matt, beer is my cope. Good future trades. Cheers to that. My peeps. Augustine says, I say William may have something good on Railtown because NVIDIA, Microsoft, and a few other known companies are partners with Railtown. Yeah, Big JR definitely mentioned that a long time ago, months ago. So I remember that. We even did our research on that too, and we saw it on their website with the partnership with Microsoft, NVIDIA too as well. What is this? My confession. I came to this channel because of Plenty of Fish ad. I'm still single. Damn, don't tell anyone. Oh God. Travis told me, hey, there's ladies at Lions Channel. Augustine says, you know, AMC had a 1 preferred share called the Ape share, but that gave the shorts more power, and I feel that G-Bucks may fall into that same category. Yeah, that was one big F up. That was a big trap. I, for one, to be honest. When I had my 8 shares and it rose up to like 10 something, I got out of it right away. It felt to me like an IPO, and then eventually it was gonna just like tank down, and eventually it did. And they pretty much got their got their profits, from selling all of what was pumped by retail into Ape, and just took it like a candy. It's crazy. So the bullish case scenario, if Ryan Cohen delivers a high conviction plan at the meeting, listen to this. This is ChatGPT predicting this. All right, Gary. All right, guys. So if Cohen delivers a high conviction plan at the meeting, short-term squeeze back to $29 to $32 is feasible. That's kind of wild. Now, a medium-term move back to the $35 to $40 zone or gap fill, especially if options flow flips positive and retail sentiment returns. Gamma exposure could kick in if $30 above $30 call walls are reclaimed. Excuse me. Now here's the bearish case scenario. If the meeting is vague or defensive, market may interpret that offering as a raise now, dilute later red flag. Price could continue downward to test 22.50, which was the last strong demand zone, and below $20 would be technically broken structure, so likely inviting more short interest. RSI and MACD suggest a bounce may occur first before further downside. Let's see. Yeah, I definitely lost. I still lost regardless. Money on AMC, and I'm just really focused on trying to get into actual plays that actually moves and that can be able to get you back to where you were a couple of years ago. And I would like to learn that with everybody on here and share all the information that we can together, and gain such a huge benefit, But yeah, Eric, be safe. I know you're gonna get some in and out, so remember, just buy 2 doubles with large fries. Don't get Coke. Just get a Oreos milkshake. Have a great night. Get that protein. So convertible notes, strategic implications. These 2036 maturities give GME 11 years of capital runway, which is massive optionality. This may avoid equity dilution entirely if used wisely and paid off before the conversion. It may be part of a long-term battle plan against institutional shorting or funding massive transformation. So think AI retail, decentralized e-commerce, and game publishing. Now here's ChatGPT's final thoughts. You're watching a battle of narratives. All right. So bears, dilution, no revenue roadmap, meme pump fading. I don't believe in this scenario. I do believe in the bull scenario, in my opinion, not financial advice. You have the war chest worth more than $8 billion. You have a transformation underway, and you have a misunderstood balance sheet move. Again, with over 4,700 Bitcoin purchased on the month of May, that was not filed in the 8K, but it will be on the next 8K, in my opinion. And that will indeed affect greatly the share price of GME in a positive way. So here's what ChatGPT is stating here. So ChatGPT wants us to watch closely during the first 30 to 60 minutes of the meeting on June 12th. If bullish catalysts drop, which includes buybacks, strategic use of funds, anti-short measures, GME could reverse the drop quickly, especially in a highly shorted environment. All right, so I'm just gonna leave that there. We're gonna go ahead and move on from this. All right, and then we're going to actually see what GME is doing right now. Currently, GME is somehow finding a floor here, and it bounced off from 2483 like it was mentioned. Even the MACD looks like it's slowly coming back up in the green, and now GME is at 2536. So if it remains consolidating around this point up until the meeting, this could be, I want to say it could be a big opportunity to BTD and get in at a lower price, or average dollar cost average, or average in, or whatever, NFA, or get into options. But it's pretty risky because then again, we don't know what is in store for this meeting. So all I can say is best of luck, and you know, always manage your risks, like I said, because GME is one volatile MFer, and you know, just play this thing, just play it wisely. Just play it wisely, please. Yeah, Zelly is an AI chatbot. I built her myself last year. She's pretty amazing. I love her. She also delivers great information, including the max pain, and gives everybody hot coffee, dark roast, or espresso if you ask for it. We gotta create a Zelly bot. Oh shoot! So speaking of G-Bucks, all right, because I know like we were talking about that earlier. I just wanted to see what G-Bucks' borrow fee rate is, and also the short shares available. And it looks like as of this morning, 9:18 Eastern Time, 31.81% cost of borrower fees, and only 10,000 short shares available. What else do we have here? Let's go to G-Bucks real quick. The G-Bucks, it's been a little tricky here, man. Now, just looking at it from the 4-hour chart, it's been up and down, and it's actually back down here, almost kind of like reaching back over this support level, which is, of course, I think it's $2 a share, because you do have a test here, a test here, almost here, and it could be it could be that it can drop right back down to $2 as support once again, and then go for another bounce. So that's like 4 bounces there, and that's what G-Bucks has been doing, you know, for the majority of, you know, ever since G-Bucks had been pumping here at the end of January into mid-February from $1.25 all the way to $10 a share, which is huge. I mean, we're talking about a over a 760% move. And it's like the same scenario here. So if it if G-Bucks were to actually manage to come back down to this major support level at $2 and find a floor, then that could be another window of opportunity to catch that dip and then ride another round. If it manages to do so, if there's any other news that comes out, if they do deliver on the dividends and they deliver on their promises and all that stuff, then by all means, let this thing go, let this squeeze, right? Let's see what how does this look like? Oof. I just noticed this here. I just noticed that there has been many times in the past too. And there was a split here back in January 15 of 2021. A week and a half before the GME squeeze of 2021. That's interesting. Somehow this thing went from like 13 cents all the way to almost 20 cents. Oh no, almost $20, I meant to say. From January to April. And there goes that retest here, here. Here, it looks like it's very prominent that it tested this many times in the past. I don't know what this was all about either, so but anyways, yeah. Has pops and drops every single day. It's wild, yeah. So I guess you had to wait and see if it actually finds a floor here around $2 a share, and then wait until next week if it starts to rebound from there, and then take that as another opportunity. Not financial advice. So yeah, because this actually looks bearish still, even on the 1 hour. And the EMA clouds here are still turning down a bit. So it might have more downside, in my opinion. Just say it. It's sucking. G-Bucks is sucking, yes. G-Bucks is sucking until $2. I'm going to give it till $2. If it breaks below that, then there could be some trouble. And there might be some panic selling. Anyways, so finger, if we move on to finger, we can see that there was a situation where we did talk about a possible, was it a morning star? But unfortunately, it did come back down to 225 on the close. Absolutely sucks. But here's the thing. There seems to be a little bit of a holdup here, where finger could possibly still hold a bottom just above this this support around 225, 230. And like I said, regardless, like before this week is over, I think finger still needs to try to retest 250 and break above that. And I want to say 275 would have to be like the key levels of resistance, the main key level of resistance, and to see this to start moving back up to $3 a share if possible. But of course, like we've talked about before, the surge of volume, the volume that we saw from before, the 3 million in volume in the past. Wait, where is it? Where are we at? 3.49 million, 3.55 million. You like seeing volume like that come in, then you know that there is definitely something going on. And on top of that, if you haven't noticed, I did show this before yesterday, and there is a gap here. There's actually a gap here, and that's somewhere between 323 and 353. So technically, theoretically, Finger still needs to somehow fill that gap right back up into this range. So I'm still kind of optimistic about that. And the only thing that Finger needs to do is just hold at these levels above 225 and then try to come back up. And the more people, start realizing and start taking notice, um, and they see this as an opportunity on top of everything that's been happening with the stock during the past couple of years and all the news that's actually coming in. I wouldn't be surprised if a big surge of volume would cause a lot of shorts to close their positions and start to cover. We need to definitely give that middle finger to the shorts once and for all. Definitely. All right, Gary went. Oh, okay, saying good night. So good night to Gary. God bless you too. Always stay safe and wish you good luck tomorrow. And we'll talk to you again. So later tomorrow, hopefully. What else we have going on? So let's see. You said Railtown, right? Railtown. Oh wait. What's that stock that you mentioned? Was it New Way? New Way? NUWE, right? No, I didn't see VTAC, no. But Railtown looks good on the daily. That's not bad. It's not bad of a setup. And you have the trend here, and you have the auto length moving average and the auto length moving average on the green. And you have the EMA clouds here also with a nice trend and trying to come up here. That is pretty good. Pretty good. Look at that. So we definitely need to see a retest here of 40 cents. And beyond that would be pretty cool to see. So, but yeah, VTech, I haven't seen that stock at all. Oh shoot! So NUWE has no more short shares available as of 10:51 a.m. Eastern Time, with a cost to borrow fee rate that actually spiked up since June 9th from 4 to 7% to 27% to now 127.87%. So something is definitely going on with NUWE. Look at that. That's wild. Let me check Railtown Technologies. Does that show anything here? Oh, no. Well, the cost to borrow is 5.80%, and there's only 100,000 short shares available left. VTAC catheter precision. Wow. So it closed 168.28% and closed up 217%. Let's check that out real quick. VTAC. That's insane. 685.60 million in volume. Mind you, their average volume, the 30-day average volume is 27.15 million shares. And the market cap is only 2.85 million. Shares float 10.32 million. This thing traded what? 600 times? Good lord. Let's look at that. So this was at a bottom of 16, almost 16 and a half cents. 16 and a half cents here on May 27th. And this thing went as high as 85, almost 86 cents. That's a huge gain. That is definitely a huge gain, but obviously it's a PND right now. This thing is getting sucked real hard. It's probably going to come back down to 22 cents, 25 cents. That is a sick PND right there. You can see it right here is more defined. That any Audi is done. NUWE Nuwales. Oh shoot, Nuwales with also a PND. That's on the hourly chart right here. Let's take a look on the 5-minute chart. Yeah, this definitely, wow. It actually popped during market hours. Let's see. Oh, it has no options at all. Yeah, it did tank after hours, almost negative 12%. Yikes. Damn, so that's you definitely caught that really well, if that's the case. When did you get in, Matt? Like, what was your average before? And you scalped in inning and outie right from the peak when it started to come back down? Because that's one heck of a trade, in my opinion. Yeah, that sucks. Another stock that was mentioned on Discord, including where is he? Carajito. He mentioned about NCNA. That's ticker symbol for Nucana. And here back in June 3rd, shout out to Carajito, by the way, on Discord. June 3rd at 12:44 in the morning, he said, also check NCNA. They're possibly going through an acquisition and reevaluation. All right. And so June 3rd, right? So let's go to Nucana. And let's take a look on the daily chart. Oh shoot. So June 3rd. This is wild. Hold on. June 3rd, the stock was trading somewhere at a low of 3.5 cents to 6 cents a share. Then came down around almost 4 cents a share on the low. And then this thing gapped up and went as high as 20 cents a share. So that small gain here from the bottom on June 2nd to today's price action here at 20 cents, that's already a 400% move in 9 days. That's wild. And mind you, there is a visible gap here that still needs to be filled theoretically. So I mean, either it, it fills this gap, or it falls into this little gap here back at 10 cents. Either way, I mean, it's one of the more riskier plays, because obviously it's way below the bid, and a risk of not being compliant with NASDAQ requirements. So it's also a risk for delistment. if nothing happens to the stock or if there's no reverse splits. That's usually what happens. I do see another gap fill here too, but this is just me being hypothetical NFA, but another one is somewhere around 60 to 65 cents. That would be wild. Wild and crazy. I didn't even get to check Nucana's short interest here. What is this? No, get out of here. Let's check it out. Alright, so apparently they had 10 million short shares available. Cost to borrow at 51.87%. Then it dropped down to 6,700,000 short shares available. It could be that they're using it now. Then again, who knows what could happen between now and Friday. It could change. It could, done from here. It might just consolidate in range and then try to, go for another leg up to try to break through this gap. Well, we'll see what happens. Let's see. Let's look at the top gainers. By the way, speaking of gaining, let's see. Man, what? No way. So XTI Aerospace gained another. Wow, this thing went up again. So let me look at the daily real quick. That is wild. Oh yeah, look at that. It definitely filled that gap and a half, and looks like it wants more. And dude, there's another huge gap here. That's all the way at $8 to $10, but what are the odds of that happening? There has to be a huge catalyst for this stock, for sure. Let me check this out. Mind you, this was at a low of $3.05 today and a high of $7.43. So a massive gain right there. Let's see, XTI Aerospace. I know Eric was the one that mentioned about that stock before. Yeah, this thing is moving for sure. What else? What was it gonna look for? Okay, yeah. XTIA Aerospace. I'd like to just check the cost to borrow for this. Okay, so there was no short shares available reported with a 90.23% cost to borrow fee at 11:53 a.m. Eastern Time. Yeah, so this thing is actually popping. Eric, nerd news. Look at that daily candle, man, and then look at the 24-hour candle. It pushed up even more after hours, from 5:05 to 5:84. And G-Pussy. I remember that. I called it G-Pussy. But yeah, look. I remember before I even mentioned about G-Pussy, this had a huge surge. But it's more like, it's kind of like it's kind of tricky, to be honest, because you see, it looks like a pennant, to be honest. and it is underneath that 50-day. What did I have here? That is oh, what did I have here? Oh, the 50-day period momentum moving average length, which is this yellow line here. And then I set it to where, like, if the RSI line length or whatever crosses underneath that yellow line, the 50 MA, then it's bearish. So, and then there's a short signal here, not financial advice, where it could be that it comes down a little bit more. Oh shoot, hold on. Oh no, I can't do it. Oh shoot, no. I hate when that happens. I gotta like literally zoom back in. It's like zooming into Mullen, but not as much. You know how much you have to zoom in for Mullen? But anyways, that's what it kind of looks like to me. And then on the 4 hour, it's like it's slowly consolidating, but it's like it wants to trade within the triangle and right towards the end of the triangle, and then probably go for another breakout. I could be wrong here. Let's let me look at G Pussy on Weeble. I'm sorry, Hyperscale Data. That's the name of the stock. There's no options chain for it either. Just FYI. So if you're thinking about options, forget about it. Yeah, dude, for Mullen, I literally would have to scroll for like 2 minutes just to get to the price action, just to see the candles. It's freaking ridiculous, man. The last range I want to say was somewhere around what, $2 to $3. So I mean, if it becomes bearish and if it like tanks down, that would be the next range. But I'm gonna see if it actually respects that triangle, and it somehow towards the end of the week it breaks out, and then starts to go back up to like 6 or something. That'll be wild. Go look at the 52-week high for what? For Mullen? I don't even want to look. It's probably like $6 billion a share. I could be right too. As a matter of fact, let me look at Mullen real quick. Oh, you see what I'm talking about? Look, I'm gonna refresh the page. Look at that, and look at where the high is at. Look at this. He says 178,200,000 dollars a share. Let me go to the monthly, which is actually real quick. Okay, there you go. No, so post split. No, dude. The all-time high for Mullen is 776,326,331,120,625 a share. Who has 776,326,331,120,625 to invest into Mullen to make it squeeze back to those numbers? Huh? Does anybody? Anybody? Hey, look, we have a gap. We have a gap to fill. Oh my god. Who's gonna fill this gap out here at 103,468,348,902,243 a share? That is insanity, bro. Insanity, my peeps. Insanity, my peeps. My peeps. Love and respect is all we got. Every single day. You're. In my dreams, limitless amounts of money. That is insane, man. Look at how many splits, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Big JR is outies. He's gonna go to sleepies. You already know. You already know, man. You too. Best of luck. Have a prosperous day. Be safe. Enjoy your day tomorrow. Hopefully it's not too hot. Stay cool. Much love, bro. And we'll talk more in the Discord, and anything that you need to share, let us know. Always a pleasure, Big JR. Thank you. And I hope you have a good night. Kai Supreme with the side eyes, wondering what the hell is going on. How is it that Mullen's all-time high was at at where? At where? At $776 trillion? Oh, God. That is insanity. But yeah, mind you, look how much I have to zoom in even on the monthly chart. What the hell, man? What the hell, man? Look at this. Months and 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 months of dumpage. Look at that, look at that. Look how much you have to zoom in to see these candles grow. Oh, you serious? All right, let's move on. Let's move on to Bitcoin. Matt just said that Bitcoin is taking a huge dump right now, under negative 0.75%. Ladies and gentlemen, due to the fact that there was a decision with tariffs, there's geopolitical tensions going on. There's going on with Cali and other cities. There's shit going on in Iran. There's a lot of things going on. Man, who the heck knows? Everything could be aligning in place for what could be a disastrous outcome for the market in general. Who knows? My opinion. In my imagination, I see Bitcoin crashing down. But yeah, it's starting to fall right now as we speak. The trend also, and the EMA clouds here sloping down. If that's the case, then we might have a problem. And also, with PPI reporting 8:30 in the morning tomorrow, Eastern Time. Sheesh. So not only this, if I know I am Matt, but I'm gone. Like, seriously, this is insane. I think I'm just so. I'm so scared. I mean, if it crashes all the way down to 20,000 Bitcoin. So if that's the case, this is always something that I've always stated, and if Bitcoin does decide to drop into tomorrow and continue on, I think you definitely would have to keep an eye on miners. I have been following MicroStrategy. You can see MicroStrategy following Bitcoin all the time. So if you see Bitcoin dropping right now, you're always looking at the miners, and you can see MicroStrategy on the 5-minute also dropping down here, down -1% right now currently. If we take a look at Mara real quick, not Marriott. If we take a look at Mara Holdings, it's also coming down just a little bit right now, and it's currently at $16.11. So in theory, and if Bitcoin does begin to drop and it loses 107,000, and let's say like there's a big flush, and Bitcoin reaches 105,000 before this week is over, that means you have your miners coming down a couple of percentages. You'll even probably see Mara, hit below 16, even into like 1550, around that range, maybe lower. So in that case, people do like to play puts in that scenario. Vice versa, if Bitcoin were to surge into market open, or if it's in the midst of surging, then it would get calls, for that matter, and go for the innie outie method. Innie outie? You don't say. Yeah. So with that being the case, Bitcoin coming down just a little bit, all the other coins going down with it. You got XRP at 224, sloping down just a little bit. XLM doing the same exact thing, same algorithms, 27 cents. XTC at 6.5 cents. XCN at almost 1.5 cent. Wow. Oh, it actually came down. This actually reached the high of 174. Wow, SPX 6900. What else? The GME coin. All right, the GME coin, which actually tends to follow the same price action as GME, the stock, took a big gap down here. Lost a half a penny, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, things like that. Oh, let me tell you what happened earlier during aftermarket hours. I don't know if there's anything going on in Iran. I could be wrong, but oil actually surged today, gapped up, and hit almost a high of $69 per barrel. That was at 7:50 p.m. Eastern Time. You guys believe that? Look at the surge from oil. Look at this. That's on the 5-minute. This is all Wednesday price action. It was at a low of $64.81, $65 a barrel, and this thing surged right into that's lunchtime. So about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and all into power hour, and this baby went all the way and almost tested $70. Been talking about oil for a long time, and not only that, but quite frankly, we're drilling, baby, drilling pretty deep, and we're seeing a lot of oil gushing up into the sky, and we're gonna claim every ounce of it, every barrel. We're gonna be rich, and there's nothing like it. There's nothing that's gonna stop this. And in my opinion, I think oil is gonna surge greatly, hugely, even beyond $70 per barrel. And that means stocks that we've talked about in the past, HUSA, INDO, even IMPP moving up here. Let's take a look at what happened when the oil surged today. INDO closing at 19.63%, 19.63%. How greatly is that? Can you believe that? Never seen anything like that. 270 was the low for today's range, and the high 350 with an additional uh, push to aftermarket hours. INDO reaching $3.94. I told you, keep an eye. How long has it been? It's been quite some time. To keep an eye. If oil were to surge out of nowhere, look at what's happening in the Middle East. I mean, it's pretty evident at this point. Oil surged, therefore all the other stocks that I mentioned, HUSA, even though HUSA just went through a reverse split, it actually did close today at 24.37%. So it was at a low of 440 and went as high as 574. With a big push in the after hours, taking it to as high as $7.22. But yeah, INDO, look at it from the daily chart. It was just ranging. It was on an ascending channel, and it just had the moment, and it finally broke out. Huge, a big pump. INDO is surging once again. If you had accumulated shares, theoretically speaking, through this whole range between May and June of last year and this year, you could be gaining bigly, hugely, enormously, gigantically, a lot of gains. But did you get in? I think not. I don't think that you got in at a perfect time. You missed out. There's no FOMO for you. I'm sorry, but quite frankly, you missed it. You missed it, and you missed on a lot of money. A lot of money. You could have been wealthy, a wealthy American at that. And if oil were to surge some more tomorrow, maybe before this week is over, beyond $70 a barrel, you could be seeing INDO facing a big squeeze, maybe $4.50 to $5 a share. HUSA, you could be seeing HUSA pumping to $10. Who knows? There could be a big possibility. Look at IMPP. IMPP with a nice looking inverse head and shoulders that I think we pointed out before. And it's actually coming to fruition. But did you get in? Tell me, did you get in? I don't think you got in at all. And you could have gotten very deeply. Very deeply. It would have been so deep that you would have felt it in your pockets grow so immensely, hugely, and made a lot of money. A lot of money. Right, Matt? So, like I said, look, you even have MARPS. We talked about fuel cell. Oh, fuel cell actually come back. I talked about fuel cell, I think not too long ago, a few days ago, and it's actually moving pretty slowly too. It's actually gaining up too. You have TPET, you have Trio Petroleum Corporation here, also with a big pop from that surge in oil, right? So back when it was 79 cents in the low, and this actually managed to climb to as high as 144. Gotta love it, love it. What else? So those are the top three gainers in oil right now, in the oil sector. So HUSA, INDO, TPET. We do also have Devon Energy, Patterson UTI. Right, you got Patterson UTI. It has been climbing here from the bottom of $5.40. from the beginning of June. Also paying out in dividends, but it's only 8 cents a share. It's not the greatest, but yeah, Patterson is actually moving. I would like to say shout out to Eric and Fishy for talking about Patterson UTI, and it's not the UTI that you think. But yeah, that's very very dirty. This is a clean version of the UTI and energy, clean energy, the best UTI you can ever get with Patterson. Not financial advice. This is the stuff that we look at, not that we look into very deeply and go through some pains and itchiness. That's not what it is. It's all about oil, and it's all about drilling. Drill, baby, drill. Booties all over this stock, and it could surge even beyond and try to test resistance levels. Not financial advice. Anyways, we're going back to precious metals here. Silver is still surprisingly holding up here above $36 an ounce, and with a potential leg up here as we see on the 4-hour, silver is definitely making a comeback for sure. And not only that, but we have been seeing platinum make a huge comeback. Look at platinum on the 4-hour and tell me that this thing isn't insane. I mean, this is one thing of beauty. Platinum is going crazy. And not only that guys, but I can tell you this much, the stocks that we talked about also moving with platinum. All right, we have PLG that we talked about the other night. We got AMRK. We have SPPPPPPP. Look at that, SPPPP, which is Sprott Physical Platinum and Palladium Trust. Gaining alongside with platinum and palladium. So platinum to the moon, right? Acid and titties, yeah. What can I say about acid and titties? Acid and titties actually coming back from a big drop here, from as high as $13.40, $13.42, which was actually the new 52-week high on acid and titties. And here trying to look for a floor, or has it already found a floor? As we take a look at the hourly for acid and titties, here hitting a bottom of $5 and actually it was $5, and now all of a sudden on a surge. So we'll see if it actually continues to surge into tomorrow pre-market. Let's see if it breaks back over $7, and if that's the case, then we could be seeing acid and titties jumping and pumping back to $8 a share. If we take a look at what that is looking like on the cost to borrow, you can see that acid and titties, baby, acid and titties, baby, hey, acid and titties, baby, acid and titties, baby. Reported yesterday, 8 o'clock in the morning. There was no short shares available, and it was a cost to borrow of $150.25. I mean, 150.25%. I'm sorry, my brain for a second, thinking about acid and titties. I'm gonna check the Fintel data and see if that is actually more updated. I could be wrong, but there's only 0.86 days to cover. Short interest percentage of the float of 23.22%. It also states here, as of 12:27 in the morning, 0 short shares available, and a max cost to borrow fee rate of 150.25%. Yeah, so that's all updated. I wonder what's happening. Why is it not updated? And could update tomorrow. We'll check PPTA. Yes, we can check perpetual resources real quick and see how that's doing. Take notes. 450,000 short shares available at 0.51% cost to borrow fee, which is not really a big deal, honestly. But PPTA. Ooh, no. What happened? A P&D. What happened to PP Tetas? That's a big drop. What happened here? Can anybody explain what's going on here? What is this? What is going on with PP Tetas? Let's look at the daily real quick. I mean, it's been on a huge uptrend here since March of last year. Back when it was trading at $2.70, around that range, and just slowly climbing within the whole year and into this year. That is one heck of a gainer. I mean, you're talking about over 550% gains in more than a year. That is a long-term hold for sure. As a matter of fact, it was actually at a low of, well, it was actually below $2 a share once upon a time around October of 2022. So even that, I mean, and then coming back from the last high at around $15.40, maybe $16 a share, back in summer of 2020. PPTA. Yeah, we definitely talked about it, yeah, on February. And we can actually look back. Let me see. Let me just take a look real quick. Yep, look at this right here. PPTA. This was under the precious metals chat. The PP stock, right? So shout out to you, Eric, for sharing this information. We were talking about tungsten, yes. I remember that. And the news from around that time was Trump's fresh tariffs catapulting gold prices to record peaks. All right, and here just to go over this information once again from February of this year about tungsten being a critical mineral used in various industries, including construction, metalworking, mining, and oil and gas and drilling. Historically, the United States has had a significant tungsten deposits, particularly in Idaho's Stibnite mining district, which was a major source during World War II. However, domestic production has declined since the 1980s, and the U.S. now relies heavily on imports for its tungsten needs. As of recent data, there is no major U.S. mining companies actively producing tungsten. The U.S. Geological Survey reports that approximately 100 U.S. sites contain significant tungsten deposits, but these are not currently being mined. In summary, while the U.S. has substantial tungsten deposits, there are currently no major mining companies extracting tungsten domestically. Mining companies in Idaho's Stibnite Mining District. Perpetual Resources is the company that plans to restart mining in the Stibnite Mining District in central Idaho to extract gold, antimony, and silver. So here is the chat right here. Here is the chart that he had posted since then. And it was trading at around $12.22 at the time. And fast forward to today's price of $16.49. So that is one heck of a gain right there. So we're talking about from February, which is right down here. And ever since that moment, February 10, we're talking about February 10th here. So it did come down afterwards. But if you would have gotten here from this point, you would have been over 125% in gains in 104 days. And that was when you were a nerd. Now you're not a nerd anymore. Oh, shoot. So we'll just have to see if it actually pulls back. I mean, it could retest 1530, 1525, 1530, and then try to go for a floor and then rebound and continue that uptrend. Actually, as a matter of fact, 6 hours ago, look at this latest news on Perpetua Resources. So Perpetua plans up to $445 million in bought deal, private placement to fund Stibnite Gold Project. So Perpetua Resources said late Wednesday it agreed with National Bank of Canada Financial Markets and BMO Capital Markets to raise about $300 million through the sale of roughly 22.7 million common shares at $13.20 a piece to underwriters on a bought deal basis. The company also granted the underwriters a 30-day option to buy up to an additional 3.4 million shares, which, if fully exercised, would bring total gross proceeds to $345 million. And the offering is expected to close on June 16, which is in 5 days, subject to customary conditions. Perpetua said Paulson and Company agreed to purchase $100 million of common shares in a concurrent private placement at the offering price. Proceeds from both transactions are intended to help fund the company's Stibnite Gold Project, support equity requirements for a $2 billion debt financing application with the Export-Import Bank of the United States, and be used for exploration and general corporate purposes. The Export-Import Bank of the United States financing is expected to close in 2026, pending successful due diligence, the company said. Shares of Perpetual Resources were down more than 9% in after-hours trading. Not financial advice. So that is the latest. My perps. My perps. My perps. Look at 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 that. I just posted the news right there. Oh, yeah? Uh-huh. What? Say word. What? Uh-huh. Ooh-hoo. What? Oh, microvision, yeah. Microvision on the range. It's been on a choppy ride here. Consolidating ever since maybe April. Wonder what's happening. Shout out to TP, by the way. TP. Remember this stock? TP? Marin Software? Pepperidge Farm. Pepperidge Farm. Remember Pepperidge Farm. Yeah, so Marin Software, I haven't heard in years. Holy crap, I think the last time I heard of Marin Software, I kid you not, I think it was back in 2021, 2022. After when I started trading, I heard about this stock. This thing took a huge freaking, this thing was like $8-9 a share, and this thing went up all the way to like $162. Now divide that by $162 per share by 6 shares. So once upon a time, Marin Software is squeezed to $27 a share, and it traded from $1.50. So imagine that, $1.50 to $27 a share. That was one heck of a squeeze. That was after, as a matter of fact, that was like 2 weeks after AMC squeezed to $76 a share. Remember that? Then Marin did a little squeeze of its own. But what is the situation with Marin software now? It looks like it looks like it's actually holding up bottom here. There's like it's actually a little floor here. Here it looks like it's well defined. It's actually over that 50 momentum moving average length. TP is in a mood and it's hilarious. What's wrong with TP? What's going on with him? I think the SPY drop made him go crazy. I think he was really hoping for a SPY to pump all the way to $615. Mind you, man, look at that. SPY was at $606.30 early this morning after CPI data was released, which was actually unchanged. And it was neutral for a while until a massive dump happened. And then there was a deal with China with the tariffs and all that stuff. And then it ended up selling off all the way to as low as $598.37 here during overnight hours. What is this? 9:40 p.m. Eastern time. $598.37. So it's holding underneath 600. But I don't know if this is actually going to recover from here at this point. Tesla's down too. It's actually following the same algorithm as SPY. What else? Mara is hanging at 1610, while Bitcoin is actually trying to once again sell off from this bear flag looking pattern. So again, hopefully that's the case. Anyways, it's about almost midnight here on the East Coast. I would like to take a nice cool shower after playing handball earlier today. And speaking of banjo lessons, this song that's playing right now, Apasionado, sounds like it's banjos in there. So I'm going to be looking at Marin Software's cost to borrow fee, because I know somebody else wouldn't do that for him, so I'm going to do it for him. Oh my god. The only person that would actually look at other tickers and actually look into it and find information. So let me tell you something, right? Let me tell you something real quick. Hold on. Let me tell you something. Are you ready for this? Let me tell you something right now. Hold on. Come on, man. You ready? So this is for TP, right? I don't know if he's gonna, is he going into Marin Software? I need to know. How did I do with handball? Oh, I was sucking like in the beginning, but then I started to pick up my game towards the end. I did a couple of kill shots. I was actually serving the ball pretty deep, and made some points, but I need to be more consistent and more. I really need to work on my footing and my positioning, and meaning I was bad. I was bad with handball, man. I was missing shots. I was sucking. No diddy. You see TP playing with pickles and balls. I mean, that's a different thing. But you know, handball is a real man sport. I'm just joking, TP. I love you. So if TP is paying attention here, Marin Software back in May 23rd have received a NASDAQ non-compliance notice. And it said here that late Friday it received a notice from NASDAQ due to non-compliance with listing standards. The company failed to file its quarterly Form 10-K and the Form 10-Q annual report on time. The company said it has until June 16 to submit a plan to regain compliance. Oh shoot. Okay, so there is so that's on Tuesday? Is that on Tuesday? So the 16th, which is a Monday. So next Monday, Marin has until next Monday to submit that plan, file that 10Q and 10K to regain compliance. If not, I think Marin Software gets delisted off the NASDAQ completely. So that's a little risky there, man. On top of that, Marin's cost to borrow fee. Dude, this thing spiked up today. Actually, no. As a matter of fact, this spiked up from 2 days ago, from 109.95% to now 438.12% as of 5:19 p.m. Eastern Time on June 11th, with only 20,000 short shares available. That is insane. Somebody better alert TP on that, because this can be important. This could be played out as an any Audi method, you know, just any, you know, like any, and then Audi. You make your 50, 100%, whatever it is. Like what is this? Thing goes to like 240 to 260. That's 100% gain right there in like a day. But this thing begins to like freaking rip and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
You better believe what I'm saying. Not financial advice.
Well, I just started yawning. So anyways, guys, that's the sign. I need to start getting ready for bed, for work tomorrow, and I'm gonna call it a night. All right. So you already know, if you had liked this content, if you had liked this stream, if you like the vibes, if you like the information, and if you like that I am diverse and open to discuss any other tickers, unlike others who only stay stuck with one or two of the same thing. Others are dying to know about other companies. The lion tries to do it all. And remember that this is not financial advice. And anything and everything said on this stream was strictly in my opinion and everybody else's opinion. And this is educational, research, and entertainment purposes only. And remember that you are your own decision maker of your investments and what you do with your money. Just as long as you're trading safe and you manage your risks and you don't lose money, because the whole point of this is to make sure that they don't get a single penny back. I don't care if you make 20%, 30%, 50%, make sure you take off the table a big bag. Not financial advice. So remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Lion of All Trades. And thank you, everyone. Shout out to everybody, and shout out to Eric for the 5, by the way. And appreciating the info given here on the stream in the Lion's Den. And everybody who joined here, Zelly, my love, thank you for being here. Matt, Kai Supreme, Augustine Vasquez, shout out to you. Kai Supreme, yeah, thank you, man. Shout out to Big JR, Gary, thank you for coming through. Kenneth, I appreciate you being here. Chloe girl, and everybody else. Shout out to y'all. Much love to everybody. And as always, thank you for hanging out in the Lion's Den tonight. And I wish you the best. Tomorrow, PPI data coming out at 8:30 in the morning Eastern Time. PPI data. We'll see what happens. And, but, I wish you good luck on your trades. And I'll see you in the next stream. Take care of yourselves and have a great night. Much love. Take care. Hit that like button. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button because it doesn't cost a dang. Take care and thank you. Ta-ta. Damn it, Fishy. You coming on now? Yeah? Damn, Fishy. Shout out to you, Fishy. Hopefully everything is well. I hope you had a great day today. And, man, stay safe out there. Because I know things are wild. Things are wild out there. But if you want to catch the recap of the stream, feel free to do so, brother. And I will catch you in the next stream. Alright, Fishy, so be well, be safe. And, yeah, man. Let me know. And thank you for being here, as always. And coming in here for the roar. I can't do it. I sound like a bear. Alright, peace out, y'all. Have a good night. Peace out.